So what, come on up.
Good morning, Judge.
Is he here? Is that him? That's not him, right?
No.
Okay.
My understanding is that he is still home with a sick child. I do have a doctor's note that I showed to the state. I don't know if that's sufficient for the court, but that's.
Okay. Yeah, it's just regular.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
I do speak.
Yes, ma'am. You ready? Hey. Come up, Mr. Harrison.
Yeah.
Was today his regular setting or was it a setting that we brought him in because he has bond violations?
This is regular setting.
Okay.
We had accepted the plea offer and we're ready to move forward today before I got that email.
I have here that you have bond violation, Mr. Harrison, in that you were continuing to use alcohol. You are entering into a probation now, and I'm warning you that if you test positive again, I can amend your conditions and I will to put you into a rehab facility. And I can take you there kicking and screaming, and I don't care what is going on in your life. But if you continually show me that you cannot stop, then I'm going to do it my way. And I promise you, you're not going to like the way that I do it. It is a minimum of 9 months in treatment if you respond well. Do you understand? But it could be in an inpatient facility for up to 1.5 years of your life spent with me in jail. Do you understand? If I didn't get your attention enough last time, heed this warning now, because you will not get another one. You are charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. They have agreed to reduce it to a first. And I hope that you thank them, because thereby you are now not going to do 5 days in jail, because that would be the mandatory minimum for you if you plead on a second. But I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to keep you on a very short leash. And one false move, they're going to file a motion to revoke. And if they prove it to me that you violated this probation, get ready. For you to complete it, well, what are you pleading to is 180 days in jail to be probated for 15 months. As part of the conditions, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class. 2 victim impact panels. You must also do a TRAS. This TRAS is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, which in my guess they're probably going to, you must fulfill those. It can be so much as intensive outpatient treatment, supportive outpatient treatment. Because you're continuing to drink while you're on bond for this case, it may very well say that you may need inpatient treatment. I don't know, but that's what you're agreeing to now. Do you understand? No drugs, no alcohol, random urinalysis. You must maintain a guardian interlock and a $100 one-time donation to MAD. One more thing that you must recognize here, that there is a requirement for a no breath test refusal. If you are driving in a car and you get pulled over, an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must submit to it. If you fail to, then they're going to take you to jail and you're in violation of this probation. Do you understand? You give up many rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to this offense, it will go on your record. This is number 2 What happens the next time, Mr. Harrison? If I had one strand of hair, every time someone told me that it wasn't going to happen, I would have flowing, beautiful locks. You need to know what happens if you get pulled over again and you get charged with another DWI. What happens next time? You will be facing a third-degree felony. You'll be facing a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. If I were you, if you even have a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car because you were taking a humongous risk. You tell me now, well, it's not going to happen. You told me you weren't going to consume. Here we are. We've got you on a bond violation. Goes in here, goes out here. The only thing that matters are actions. Your words mean nothing. Actions speak louder than words, Mr. Harrison. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. If you violate this probation, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out here in Orange. We're going to have a conversation as to whether you violated this probation. And if you did, you were looking at 180 days in jail. Do you understand? Okay. So the other thing that we have to do is the fines and fees for the DPS surcharge. It's a first. So it's a $3,000 fee, but let me ask you this, is this a 0.15 or above?
To Your Honor.
And is it alleged? Is it alleged on the information?
I believe it's alleged to be 0.15.
You should be walking out here with a $6,000 surcharge, but because they reduced it to a first, it's now a $3,000 surcharge. You must pay that in addition to the court cost. If you don't, for every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand? Okay. How do you plead to the offense? I will find you guilty. I'll send you to it. Good luck, son. Thank you, Ken. All right.
Judge, are you issuing a no driving license?
He has the portable device at this time.
Okay.
His license is suspended until February 18th.
Okay. Yeah, we need to do a no driving affidavit. You are not allowed to drive. I don't care what you're doing in your life. You'll be signing an affidavit with me today that you're not driving. I hope you're not driving at all. Take it seriously, Mr. Hunter, because if I catch you driving, get ready. Okay. So if he decides if he wants to drive, he needs the interlock before he even gets into a car driving. So we have to amend conditions to be able to do that. So he can't just start driving. You cannot just start driving. You are required to have an interlock in your car. There is a paper that we sent to DPS so that every officer in the state knows that if you drive, you're supposed to have an interlock. You get pulled over and you're driving and you don't have that interlock, they're going to take you to jail. Do you understand? Okay, talk to Kim. She can help you out when that time comes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kim.